Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's ubnradio.com.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Penn.
And welcome. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon out of the Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California with Universal Broadcasting Network. And then again on Thursday at 7, Saturday at 1 on my syndicated CNBC News Radio channel, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and now everywhere, syndicated on iHeartRadio, splattering you with more hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K-words at all, no Kardashian talk at all. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. And starting the show, as per usual, with a peace in and peace out shout out to Layla and Cindy at the Long Beach Health Department. I went to get my immunization records because I'm flying to New Delhi, India this Friday. I'm actually getting to speak at the annual Women Economic Forum, which gathers women from over 100 countries, including there's speakers from Canada, China, Colombia, Israel, Italy, Jamaica, Japan, Philippines, Poland, Portugal, Russia, Rwanda. So I'm actually blessed to be part of the advisory council to organize this amazing event, and I'll be there for the entire week. And if that isn't enough, I also get to do a gig with MasterCard on balance in the workplace. And then my highlight, which I found out this morning, is I get to speak to some kids with my Piecework Around the Planet work, Literacy India. It's an NGO student school for underprivileged children. So I get to teach there. So I'm super, super duper happy. You can support all my Piecework Around the Planet and partner with me if you go to forbalance.org and get any one of my balance products that promote inner peace one breath at a time, and then we can win-win. So thank you for helping me with those. And I went to my celebrity doctor as well, who helped me to get ready for the trip to India. And as well, Dr. Arani and all of the women that are in the office who are really fabulous. Also, I am giving you a shout out to my beautiful great niece, Elia Carissa, and my beautiful great nephew, Jacob. So I think, yep, you got it. I had 2 babies come into my life this last week. So congratulations to my favorite niece and nephew on your ability to deliver more fabulousness into my life. As well, happy birthday, dear Jenny, from Arizona. And I met her on my super duper whale watching trip. My niece came down from San Francisco, and Captain Justin and Chris on the Western Pride managed to get us in the middle of 500 dolphins. And I have a little clip, hopefully we can get that to play. It's not on there. We'll find it and play it another time. But if you go to my Facebook or my YouTube, it will be there. It was an amazing, beautiful experience. And if you do see dolphins, remember, make a wish on them. That's my little trick, because a lot of us suffer from IDD, as Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith says, intention deficit disorder. So anytime you see anything that you love, dolphins, butterflies, dragonflies, hummingbirds, just stop and make a wish, and they will come true. All right. I think that's all of the shout outs. And now let's go to today's guests. I wanted to, because I've had so many listeners and callers on my Life Balance Coaching second week of the month calls, ask about the same question. I hate my job. I want to do something different. I feel stagnated. I'm not in my heart's desire, but I'm afraid to lose the money or the stability or the steady, or I don't have the support. So I'm very happy that I went right to the top for Bernie Dohrmann and September Dohrmann. Bernie's the founder and chairman. September is the president and CEO of CEO Space International, which has been rated the #1 business conference of the year for many, many years in a row by both Forbes and Inc. And we have graduates from over 100 countries, and I'm saying we because as of last December, I became a grad and a student of CEO International, and I'm very happy to say that I was invited by September and am now officially on faculty as well, because I do believe in it. I'm actually a closet entrepreneur myself, and so I wanted to bring them on to talk about this beautiful world of entrepreneurship, and we're going to board that ship right now. Welcome to the show, Bernie and September Dohrmann. Yay!
Thank you.
Of course, and thank you for coming on to the show. And I know that both of you are super duper busy. Just getting calls on with both of you has been a full-time job, but it's all good. The R3 schedules are fabulous, and I'm so happy that you could spend some time and talking about entrepreneurship. So let's start with some statistics, because Bernie, this is your world. And I know that it was on the rise, and I think in 2007, 2008, from my research on the internet, it kind of went into a little bit of a nosedive. But according to some of the places, Census Bureau, and also there's this other Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, GEM, that they're seeing a turn for the better. So talk to me about entrepreneurship statistics. Bernie.
Well, in 2008, we had quite a few years of over 1 million new businesses a year formed in America. As the recession came in, it dropped down to about 700,000 for the first time, under 1 million. Back in 2017 to a projected 1.4 million new businesses started this year. There are 34 million small businesses in America. Over 90% of them have less than 5 employees, but they create 97% of all the new jobs that you're seeing in the new job statistics month to month to month. So, shock absorber in America is the entrepreneur backbone that's building the employment base that takes the country to a 4% unemployment. Worldwide, they're saying we're about 1.4 billion in small businesses, and they're growing at about 100 million a year. So we're in the age of the entrepreneur in Africa, the age of the entrepreneur in Asia and the EU, and the entrepreneur laws and the entrepreneur trend to make it easier to start, launch, and develop businesses is the future of nations, really.
And that's why CEO Space International operates internationally. We have grads from all over, because this is not a U.S. phenomena, right? Entrepreneurship is an international, and the best thing about what I see about entrepreneurials really stepping up is, I think the old paradigm of Cinderella, go to school, get a great education, go to an Ivy League school, get a great job, work for someone else, right? And then go through your midlife crisis / opportunity where you hate your job, you feel you're handcuffed, you can't get out, you can't do anything new. And then you end up working for someone else's dreams. that whole shift is changing, especially with the millennials. It's like, hello, I don't want to work for anyone. I want to work for myself. So I think that the whatever that statistic is, the top 4% are controlling all of the rest of us in the world is going by the wayside because of this. Not only it's okay to be an entrepreneur, it's if you're not working for your own dream, you are working for someone else's dream. So people are sort of taking their lives back. September, speak to that. I'm sure you see that all the time.
Yeah, I was just reading an article this morning about millennials and how that, we were raised, my generation before the millennials were raised, and even the 4 generations prior to that was save your money, get a head start on savings. And the millennials aren't really taking that approach. They're investing in themselves early on. And instead of having a savings account, they're more comfortable taking that risk of investing into a company to fulfill their dreams, to go after what they want. They can fill a need within the marketplace, and they're going after it. They're not afraid.
Yeah, and which is a good thing. I know that I get to work with a lot of executives who kind of roll their eyeballs and say, "Oh, it's so hard to work with millennials. You have to earn their respect. You can't just command their respect, and they just don't necessarily do what you want them to do." But this is the upside of having creativity unleashed, per se, as well as I just did another career day at Los Alamitos High School where my kids go, and one more time I got to be with kids who they have this program now, which is like a career bus on wheels, Career Nation, where they're actually telling kids, don't get a job, get a life. And I was like, wow, I'm so glad. And at the same time, I have to be honest, I'm a recovering Tiger mom. My daughter's at Cornell, and I'm happy that she's at an Ivy League school, because that too is the old paradigm where that sort of guarantees you a job. That's changing, but I'm sort of hedging my bets. I tell my kids, do what you want to do, but make sure it's going to set you up safely. So I'm caught in the middle, definitely. So Bernie, you were going to say something.
Well, I'm looking at women are 3 to 1 now incorporating companies faster than men. And they're also 4 times more successful in 5 years than men. And I because women are nurturing each other, collaborating, helping each other in business. Men tend to get successful in the country and not back. And men need to learn collaboration from women to help each other grow their businesses, because women are getting much more successful 5-year curves.
Yes.
And
yeah.
They read a little more. They are more on the internet, getting the backbone. And there's so many tools, so many helps. I mean, CEO Space is an ongoing business development process for business that wants to grow more rapidly. And there are tools like CEO Space conferences that weren't there before that make it much safer to grow faster and to have better plans, better teams, and get resources. So look into the market of what's available, because there's so many tools now that are all the time to make it safer to grow faster.
Right. And if you've just tuned in and you're wondering who I'm talking to this week, it is Bernie and September Dohrmann. They are the founder, chairman, CEO of the CEO Space International, which I recently became a faculty member of, as well as a grad of. And I wanted to bring them on to take my advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, because it is a show about hope and happiness. And we want to take the idea of living your dream, but let's do it intelligently. And so entrepreneurs, I think it was 40 or 50% of entrepreneurial endeavors tank, don't make it to the 5-year mark. Speak to me about the common, cliffs that entrepreneurs fall over, and some of the solutions that are offered, especially by obviously us. September, we'll give you let you start.
There's so many, and it's really hard to pinpoint, a small list, because it really depends on what that particular business owner is going through, what their circle is. That's a big part of being a business owner, is what does your circle look like? What do your resources look like? What is your access to those resources? So a lot of the problems, if I could put it in a simple statement, a lot of the problems really boil back down to, what is your outreach? What circle are you networking in? Where do you find your resources? And what resources do you need? And then what education do you need? So as a business owner, we don't know what we don't know until we approach it. And then we've got to figure it out. A lot of us have to figure it out as we go along. And this is that part of the millennial piece that I was talking about. Millennials are not afraid of this. They're going after it head on, saying, I'm worth it. Right. I can do this. I got this. And I know people that can help me.
Right.
So that is my simple answer to the question. Yeah. How's that?
Good one. Good one. Which is, the network, I've said you can have the best idea in the world, but if you don't know how to communicate it, you got an issue. And if you don't know how to find a support network to help you with it, then you got a problem. And most entrepreneurs I know are real heavy thinkers. They are great visionaries on the Myers-Briggs. They're very high end, but translating all of that into practical, the operations, that's a skill that you don't necessarily have naturally. So going to somewhere, I know that you have a lot of different speakers at CEO Space International to help with those different things. So between, branding and marketing, which is, Bernie's expertise among others, that is a big piece, as well as, and I'm really happy to come in and help you out with, self as an instrument, like how, where are we in our beliefs about ourselves in being able to do this. And I saw that wasn't on necessarily hit on the curriculum, so I'm happy to fill that little space there. So what would you say for people who are in a job, like my callers, who are making a decent salary? Would you advise them to go quit and then, go to a conference or whatever it is? Or what would you say step by step to do?
Well, we're number one in the world to get them into their own business if that's what they want to do. We're number one to take any existing business and hyper grow it, get it to grow to its sale price and get its goals realized for the owner. But when you're trying to assess, should you be an entrepreneur, I think, one, you come to a place like CEO Space and learn all the elements. But I generally tell you, your life is your most precious commodity. Mm-hmm. You're spending your life like a river. Mm-hmm. If you don't love what you're doing with a passion, don't do it. Yeah. I mean, I generally think that in a lifetime, if you trade time for dollars, there's a period after doing it where you have a nice life, but it's not teaching you anything. You're not growing really anymore. Mm-hmm. And we're vibrant when we're growing. Yeah. And so I always tell people, when you want to start working for wealth rather than cash flow, so that at the end of a period of time, you have a business you could sell for a lot of money, then begin to explore. If you don't own it, don't do it. Okay. If you love it, don't do it. Right. So the two rules: if you don't love it, don't do it, certainly with your life. Right. And if you don't own it, I think ownership is, and some of you are not entrepreneurs. You're not the doer that wants the responsibility of all of the risk. Right. But if you could own 10% or 20%, you could be partnering. So then you're an owner. Mm-hmm. So you can give your talent leverage and have part of the wealth because you came into a value at the startup stage and put your talent into ownership plus cash flow. Yeah. And have more exciting journey. So, do something that thrills you with your life. Right. Your life should thrill you. That's the most important thing. I wouldn't trade your life for anything less than something that is really thrilling you. Right. And when you look back, that's always what makes you happy.
Yes. September, did you know that you were an entrepreneur?
Oh, yes. Yes. My parents owned businesses, so I have had a couple of jobs in my time, and I learned very quickly I am not a very good employee. I make a much better business owner, for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely that way. And what's funny is I had done a couple of decades of consulting, started my own business 3 times, California, Europe, and then back to California again. The radio show, the speaking side of me, the TV commentary side of me, and I swear to God, I did not identify as an entrepreneur. Didn't even think that that's what I was until I got to the conference in December. And I'll never forget, I don't even remember who was speaking. I was sitting in this, and I looked at the material that said #1 entrepreneurial business conference, and I went, oh my God, I think I'm an entrepreneur. I swear I would have never said, nothing bad about the word. I just, it didn't make that connection, which is, I think, hilarious. But I looked up entrepreneurship in the dictionary because I wanted, just in case you're wondering, am I an entrepreneur? Traditionally defined as the process of designing, launching, and running a new business, which typically begins as a small business, such as a startup company offering a product or service for hire. So if you, and Bernie brought up a really important point, it's not a bad thing to be an entrepreneur, and it's not a good thing to be an entrepreneur. It's just a thing. And so if you are one who likes the steady income and likes to be a good, and companies need people who aren't quite so, stubborn and don't like being told what to do. And so,
call them supporters. In other words, there are supporters who are great supporters.
Mm-hmm.
And then entrepreneurs are like generals in command, and they know who they are. They have an appetite for vision engineering and putting it out in the market. And you're the Asian Oprah. You're all over the world. You have one of the fastest growing channels. People are viraling this show. They're sending it to their list. They're putting it on their walls and boards. And help the community, do that for Marissa. If you're enjoying the product, put the links to the shows you like on your walls, on your social, viral.
My marketing manager.
Send out to the list. Make it grow as an audience. But it is one of the fastest growing shows in the world today. Now, as an entrepreneur, when you build a brand like the Asian Oprah, I know I've been with you in Hollywood and down in, this star-studded area, and it's hard to go to a restaurant or a place they don't know you now. You're recognized. You've got quite a face time. You're on some of the big red carpets, some of the biggest stages.
I'm very grateful.
That is a brand. I mean, You're building a huge brand value with the show content.
Yeah.
And, the upside of this, as you're seeing, you go to a place like India, and they're coming to you to do all these side events because of your celebrity status. And I'm saying this is a mushrooming entrepreneur brand explosion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I have to say that I knew from working with clients who wanted to branch out and do something on their own, and watching them not understand that you can be the most brilliant technician, research, you can have the best idea, but if you don't know how to brand and market and sell and collaborate and raise capital, I think I'll give a plug to CEO Space International. I that whole idea of venture capitalism was just like a foreign concept, and raising capital was, I thought, something that was just reserved for that other group. But it is an important part of being a successful entrepreneur, and to learn that.
Don't be afraid of anything you don't know. It's just new. You can learn it.
Yeah.
And by the way, you don't have to do it. You can get people around you that know how to do it, and they'll do it as part of your team. You just have to be the bridle master, hold on to the bridle, and steer your horses down what they know how to do.
Right.
Or, to get your teams working with you when you start with nothing. I mean, so it's just learning some new things. And I tell people all the time with capital, I have high school students go out and raise $1 million. It's that it's just new. It's not hard. Mm-hmm. It's just the box top rules for that monopoly game. And everybody can learn it. And once you learn it, you have a master new skill, which might be branding or marketing or putting the niche together or getting the budgets and having the capital that you need to ramp up. Capital is the tool. There are
Right.
plenty of investors that want to invest in rapidly growing concepts and companies.
Mm-hmm.
To get the money, it's just learning how.
Yeah.
Learning how to. You should have learned it in high school, really.
Right, but you don't. September, you were going to chime in there.
Oh, on what was just being spoken of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it does have a lot to do with the connections, going back into the challenges that business owners face, and it doesn't. It's okay to not know what you're doing. It's okay to be scared. It really is okay. What's not okay is to stop at that fear. You don't want to stop there as a new business owner. And somebody, going back to your original question of what is that advice for people that are stuck in a career that they don't like and they really want to do something and make a difference in the world, or they have an idea that they want to explore and turn into a business. Do not stop at that fear.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have fear storms off and on through the process. And what stops people from being successful is allowing that fear to control them. Yesterday I had a fear storm. We all have them.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how long you've been in business. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the fear piece, really.
Yeah. I like the acronym FEAR, stands for Future Events Already Ruined.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite ones. Yeah.
I always tell you, fear is just a storm going through you. And when it's done, all your flowers bloom a lot brighter. And it's always false. It's just the options of it's not happening really. It's just in your head.
Right.
So that storm go through,
Right.
just let it pass and go by you.
Yeah.
But always take action that is appropriate, little baby steps, and you build your dream. Remember, when you go to own your own business, and I talk to everyone that ever has done it and those that are thinking about it, what you're doing is taking your genius, your inspiration from God, and putting it out to a community that is going to be so well served by you. You're going to just bless them and serve that community like no one else.
Yeah.
And if you do that, that creates your affluence, your abundance, and wealth.
Yeah.
And so I believe business does not exist to make a profit. I believe business exists to be the best service possible to their constituent community for what they're delivering while making a profit.
Yes. I'm so glad you said that.
The
That
focus
is
the service to your community. And that's where you have the right to be Amazon and Google and Facebook and Pinterest. And you serve these communities in ways where these things didn't even exist a short time ago. And they're bigger today than the old companies that did mining and were all profit magnets
steel, right
by them.
Right.
And they're just serving community.
I
think the new economics is also coming in where you invent it. You invent the kinder, sweeter, cooperative capitalism that is not this competitive dog eat dog, slice each other's throat. Let's collaborate, help each other, go up together, build each other together.
Yes.
Let's form integrity relationships and not breach integrity. And that's what's going on in business today. That's why it's so exciting.
It is.
Because it's socially changing the world. We're all coming together in all cultures and helping each other. I just got back from Romania. I'm going to India with you, and we're speaking at that huge conference, largest conference for women, and they're coming from all over the world, and they want to hear what we can tell them about how to grow faster. And I mean, it's just so exciting at times.
It is. And I'm so glad you were preaching to the choir just now, because I say all the time, every one of the 7.3 billion people on the planet have a unique gift, talent, and ability that is theirs to share with the world. And what they are is meaningful and important. And our job is just to find what that is. And we're supposed to be happy living. We're supposed to be happy doing what we're doing. We're supposed to make a lot of energy called money. We're supposed to be able to take that money and help other people with it and ourselves and continue to grow our creativity. That's what life is about. And that's what's so exciting about entrepreneurship. It is a new way of that old paradigm of I'm going to make a lot of money so I have enough money to skimp and that plus Medicare to be able to take 4 vacations a year and then sit at home the rest of the time and watch Netflix. That's bullshit-talky. It is time to, I can't even imagine myself retiring. I want to work until I drop because I love what I get to do. I love, and I create what I love to do, and I create the money energy to continue to do what I want to do. And
You're
that's
doing your dreams, your shoulders go back, your head goes up, your heart's up. Everybody sees you differently.
Yes.
Your partners, people in your family, your social groups see you as switched on, turned on. They want to be around you. They want you at the parties and barbecues. You're the person talking about the future, creating, doing dreams.
Yes.
And people that are, in resignation. What's the sorriest place for a human? To be in a place that's not growing you anymore. You resigned from your dreams.
Yes. Yeah.
At the end of life, when you look back, the only thing you regret is not doing your dreams.
Yes.
You only have so much time. While we're in this human experience, do your dreams.
Yeah.
I believe that's God's capital, and your connection to God is how you co-manifest creating your dreams.
Yeah. And Flashdance will agree with you. When you stop dreaming, you die.
It could be nonprofit, it could be profit, but we're in the age of the entrepreneur.
Yes.
This is the entrepreneur age.
That's right. That's right.
September can talk to at CEO Space. 60% of our attendees, as you know, are women that own businesses. And women are leading in this entrepreneur space. And what are you seeing in the women's space of why women are doing so well?
Because we're smarter.
High five.
And that's a good time to go on a break. Is he using nonverbals there? We're going to take a quick break and thank the sponsors that make this show possible. You are tuned into Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa P for positive EI. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Peace in and peace out. What is your body saying? Take charge of your own health and safety with the Helo Bracelet. This wearable, state-of-the-art, affordable technology not only counts your steps, but gives you real-time measurements of your glucose, body temperature, blood pressure, and even has fatigue sensors so you won't have to wait for your annual or emergency doctor's visit to know what your body is saying. And it also alerts you to your loved one's vitals, too. Contact Linda Moore for more information by emailing Linda at positiveimpactmakers.org today. Are you tired of being tired? Are you ready for more balance in your life? Then come to the beach and work with Dr. Marissa, motivational speaker, author, organizational psychologist, and host of the 2016 Podcast of the Year Top 10 in Health award-winning show, Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa. If you are ready to choose more hope and happiness no matter what's happening around you, then go to www.drmarissa.tv today. And we're back. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa. Every Tuesday at naturally high noon on Universal Broadcasting Network out of the Sunset Gower Studios, live out of Hollywood, California, and every Thursday at 7, Saturday at 1 on my syndicated CNBC News Radio channel, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and now everywhere on iHeartRadio. And today we are talking about sailing the ship called EntrepreneurShip with the president, founder, and CEO, Bernie and September Dohrmann of CEO Space Internationals, my newest family that I've gotten involved with since late last year. And now I get to actually be, of course, on the other end, because I can't just sit and listen and be a student. I have to teach. That's my Leo and 6 planets. But I was really, really honored to be invited by September to apply. And I want to take a minute to just also give kudos. I had to get vetted. Like, it wasn't just she invited me and I get to go. And this is an important thing when you're looking for education on anything, to make sure that, when we go to CEO Space International, there's 2 differences. One, the faculty are people who really care about you and your success. And that's very different. They're not just there to sell you something. They're not allowed to sell until the exhibit time. And if you want to use their services, you can, but you're there to learn. And that's the first difference in CEO Space International. The second difference is there's a lot of people around who, outside of your family, don't really know who you are, or, networking. Yeah, we go to these networking parties or networking events. And I don't know about you, but every time I go to a networking event, everybody wants you to buy their stuff. They're not really interested in listening to what you have. And at CEO Space International, it's like mastermind on steroids, because you now have a group. You're vested in helping them, and they're vested in helping you. And so there's a thing called a snap, which is really fun. You get to wear different hats and run around, and you basically help each other develop your pitch, develop, the communication of what you're good at, give you ideas, and as well, hook each other up with people all around the world who can help you. And that's a very different concept, which is why I'm part of this organization. It's not a traditional, going to these conferences where, you go for 1,000 and then they sell you for another 10,000 or 20,000 worth of whatever it is that they're offering that doesn't really speak directly to what you need. So I know that sounded like a commercial, and it really is and not, isn't at the same way, because I am totally really wanting this show to give you ideas on how you can live more hope and happiness. And I have to say, from experience, this is one of them.
Well, CEO Space, I think, is unique because 70% of our program is transactional. So when businesses come in, whether they're starting or growing, they're going to get results, customers, they're going to get business done. They're doing transactions all week long. Mm-hmm. So no other program is 70% transactional. We're 30% in the education with leading fortune trainers, and September might spend a little more time on what you opened, which is how we vet those faculties. And also, if you ever use a faculty, we have a lot of, it's a super store for business. So if you need patent law and IP protection, or entertainment law, or you need real estate law, or you need, if someone does something you're going to do anyway, they have to do it for less cost in shorter time. And I mean a lot less cost and a lot less time. If you hire them for any reason later and you're not happy, then they're out. First instance. So we have zero tolerance if you're not happy. So when you see people teaching there 15 years, these people have always had happy clients. They save money, save time. So things you're going to do anyway, if you can get better quality, faster, cheaper, that's good too. So this is an amazing super store to get customers, clients, markets, and our vetting of the faculty is to get the people that coach the largest companies in the world. So you can get to Best Buy, Home Depot, you can get to Walmart. And so we get those faculty, but then we vet them. These are people that make millions. These are people that are famous. These are people that have paid to have background checks, get vetted, have those reports online. Nobody does that with faculty, nobody in the world. And September controls all that, so you might speak to it on your ever-growing quality of what you do to have faculty, really qualified before they join this traditional 30-year community of the best of the best.
Got it. September.
Yeah, so the vetting had come into play a couple of years ago, and we've teamed up with a company called clearbusinessdirectory.com, clearbusinessdirectory.com. And they're the ones that do the vetting report for us. On that website is all of our faculty vetting reports. There's obviously their own customers on there as well, but if you're looking at who our faculty are, you can easily search them on the clearbusinessdirectory.com and you can see their vetting report. And essentially what we do with our vetting report is that we prove that this particular person is who they say they are and they do what they say they do. That is the formal vetting report. We also make sure there's no scams, any red flags that may be online, any unresolved customer complaints, any negativity that is really damaging to not only their brand, but also through association. So we watch out for those sorts of things. We also do a Google search, and we take some steps to do that internally as well too. So it's very thorough. It does take a couple of days to get everything done because of how thorough we are when we are looking at our faculty members online. We just want to make sure that who we're putting in front of our customer is reputable.
Yeah.
They have a strong, solid business in their area of expertise. They are a subject matter expert. They know what they're talking about. They have success rates. They have happy customers. They have positive feedback and feeds going on everywhere.
Yeah.
So we look for really high quality of faculty member when working with our customers.
So I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, it is.
Get a faculty member to coach privately one-on-one from morning till night for a week, not charge, not sell, just help entrepreneurs and give back. To get a faculty as large as 50 individuals, all having private meetings endlessly, and all with expertise in marketing, silos, every kind of industry, every kind of expertise, from branding to administrative to systems. They remove all your challenges. They bring you their platinum contact list and give you contacts at the very top. They move business forward, and they don't want anything. They're just helping you. To get that group to come together to volunteer 5 times a year, that's why we don't have anyone else. And we carry the highest business rating at BBB in the world, the highest chamber rating. And so we do these vetting to keep that reputation. We don't want to drop from #1 with Forbes and Inc. magazine.
Right. Yes.
2 other platforms.
Yes.
It took 30 years to get to that level. And I have to tell you, I had 5 presidents.
Okay, we're getting like a really bad sound on the line, so I just want to make sure. I don't know what mic is picking something up. Are you there?
Sorry about that.
Okay. I don't know what it was, but it was starting to. It started sounding like a horror movie coming in. I'm not calling you a monster or anything, Bernie, but yeah, we even have a psychiatrist on faculty who's also known as my other dad, Hank, and my other mom is Wendy. So I already have mom and dad on the faculty. So peace in and peace out to them. And we only have a couple of minutes. So the one thing I wanted to do is you to give a quick, your dad, I'm going to say it quickly. Bernie, you actually have been in this business. You were born into it. Your father, Alan Dohrmann, was a corporate trainer who was sought out by such notables as Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, Walt Disney, Warner Earnhardt, Bucky Fuller, Dr. Ed Deming, and Jack Kennedy. So you come from a very rich background in doing what you're doing. So, and I'm sure he's very proud of you. The last thing I want to do is I always have my guests at the very end with gratitude. So is there anyone that you or a couple people that you would like to say that you're grateful for in helping you do what you do? We'll start with
my wife, September, because out of 5 presidents, including people with Chase Bank and some of the greatest resumes, her team of all women since 2013 have won all the awards, brought us to #1, expanded our system to more countries, helped more companies, and got us a quality and ranking that we've never seen before. And I should have put all women in charge of this company years ago without only known. So I really tell you, this is the age of women. And I believe that problems that we've created in our left brain are going to be well solved by women with their right brain intuition. And we need to blend women into management in the boardrooms today. And our board has so acclaimed the women leaders in the silos that are running under September. And she's made CEO Space go past the founder, myself, into the next generation. So I'm very grateful for her because she's made my dream and my institution be a legacy. And what more can you do in a human life? Plus, I'm married to her, so how good is that?
Yeah, you hit the lotto there. I guess he doesn't need to sleep in the doghouse tonight, huh, September?
Not ever, no way.
We have it on tape, too. Besides Bernie, who are you grateful for?
What are you grateful for, honey?
Yeah, so I understand besides Bernie, I mean, he is my biggest fan, as you can tell, so it's hard to not say that. There's a lot of people, when you ask this question, it's like my head is spinning of all these amazing people that I've worked with. My children have taught me an enormous amount of wisdom over the years. And so I am incredibly grateful for my children. And aside from that, I'd have to say Ellen Morgan. Ellen works with us inside the home office, and she is a godsend. I mean, that girl, her and I working together, it is heavenly. I love it. And that's really good advice too for those that are looking to move into their business. You make sure you enjoy working with the people that you bring on.
Yes.
And Ellen is my person for sure. I'm so
Great.
grateful for her.
Great.
1 and 1 make 11 when you get it right.
Well,
Yes.
there you go. And you do have a little Asian Oprah giveaway for me. I understand, Ellen, we had to get it okayed by Ellen yesterday. So one of them is a Power Hour business consult with Bernie, who's one of the highest paid coaches in Fortune 500 market. So this is a priceless gift, probably close to my Ryan Long 30,000 tickets to the gala worth. So the first one to go to my website at the number 4balance.org and put in the book a speaker that they would like to have Bernie as a personal speaker in their coaching. We'll get that. And as well, a business toolkit. And September, do you want to speak to that?
I'd like to have Bernie speak to that,
Okay.
actually.
All
He
right.
is a genius when it comes to this short and sweet, babe.
It's the best of some of the best of our faculty over a period of time in recent years, putting the basic tools and tactics in a program we sell for hundreds of dollars that we're going to give you. And that business toolkit is unmatched in the market today. And it'll help you in branding, systems, administration, personnel, bringing in talent, setting up your boards, capital, everything.
All right, and another priceless gift. So the first one to my Facebook, liking Dr. Marissa, liking CEO Space International, and then message me, and you will get that business toolkit valued at a couple $100 at least, but also a priceless. So I'm going to end it by giving both of you the Dr. Marissa Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award, because I do know from personal experience how passionate you are about helping people realize their dreams. And for that, I am grateful. Thank you. Bye.
We love you.
I'll see you in India. I'll see you in August. August 1st to 5th is when I get to keynote at the CEO Space International in Florida. And really need you to move in California. But anyways, only for you will I go to Florida. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. And now it is time at the end of the show. So awesome. For the balance bar. Where's my little, there it is. When I invite you to step up and balance with me. So we are round 70 of the 21-day fast from complaining. It started on Monday, May Day, and I'm going to challenge all of you. If you've tried it before and given up because you could not get 21 days in a row without complaining, please try again, because life is too short to complain. So you can get my app, the companion app that was made by teenagers to help you not complain for the 21 days. It has videos attached, as well as today's tip, which is never miss an opportunity to keep your mouth shut. So it has cards that have pictures on it. It's a wonderful app. Very proud of it. So I want to see you partner with me. It's only 99 cents. You can get it at either store, and then you'll help with my peace work in India next week. So today's is yesterday was easy. You could start over as many times on day one. It was still day one today, because if you complain, you have to start over at day one. You want to keep your mouth shut, especially if you're a fast reactor like me and find it difficult to follow the tip. Then I use another one that I got from Edwene Gaines, a wonderful spiritual teacher who is to blame for starting this fast online with me. When shiitake happens, I say, I can't wait to see what good comes out of this. And that usually keeps the complaint from coming out of your mouth. And if you want to see her interview with me, go to the iTunes, because it happened before we went on camera, so it's in the iTunes list. If you haven't officially joined the fast as well and would like to win a free prize if you do the 21 days, then go to drmarissa.tv, sign up there. You'll see the link. Next week It is. Oh, and for those of you, I already notified the people who had signed up, but after a lot of thought and regret between going to India and then coming back and doing a red carpet, and as well as teaching at the Agape Spring Retreat, there's not enough time to do my balance retreat in Sedona in May. So I have postponed it. So if those of you who are, just keep your eyes open for the next date on that. Next week, it is another call-in show with the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura, Dr. Marissa, when people call in to get their life tires balanced and their stinking thinking smog checked. So it has been pre-recorded knowing that I was going to be in India, so do not call in. But if you are interested in getting in on the list, because I am the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura, so you don't have to wait online, please do contact my call-in producer, Jarvis Essex, at jsessex13@aol.com, and he'll get you on the next call-in. And that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa Pay. That's P for positive, EI. And remember, it's all about balance. Peace in and peace out.
Take away the part of me that wants to stay.